Hello, fellow students. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope each and every one of you is doing good and is having a nice day at home and also taking care of his or herself. I am Teacher Ojo. You can also call me Teacher Roger, and you all are welcome to our lesson for today. All this while we've been talking about animals. So we are going to continue where we stopped last time and talking about wild animals. Now, the question I want to ask is, can any one of you remember some of the wild animals we talked about? What animals did we talk about? Where do they live? And what do they do? All right. So let's start with this slide. And let's see, look at this slide, PowerPoint slide. What animals can you see on the slide? What animals there? Are you able to recognize any of these animals? Now, before we continue, make sure you have your book and a pencil or a pen to take down notes when and where necessary. Make sure you have a book and a pen or a pencil to take down notes when and where necessary. Okay, so let's look at our slide here. What animals can you see on this slide? What can you see? Now, first of all, how many animals are there altogether? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 animals altogether. What else can you see on this slide? You can see the trees. They are green and so beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so here we can see a variety of different kind of animals. Now, which of them can you recognize? Could you, or are you able to recognize some of these animals? If yes, that's great. If no, then just wait. In a couple of minutes, you are going to be able to know on to recognize and also to say out these animals. With that being said, we are going to go to our next slide, which is we are going to read and answer the questions about a cheetah. Do you know this animal? It's a cheetah, isn't it? So we're going to read and answer the questions about a cheetah. Now, listen and repeat after me. These large cats are Siberian tigers. They live in the jungles and mountains in Russia, China, and Korea. They are orange or brown with black stripes. They eat fish and birds, and sometimes bears. They sleep during the day and eat at night. There are about 500 Siberian tigers in the jungles. Okay, so that is a short paragraph about Siberian tigers. Now we have a set of questions that follows this conversation or this short paragraph. We are going to read them and answer the questions. Now, let's read the questions and then we are going to definitely read the passage again and answer the questions together. So the question number 1 says, where do Siberian tigers live? Repeat after me. Where do Siberian tigers live? Question number 2, what do they eat? All right. Question number 3, when do they eat? And question number 4, what color are they? All right, that is it. Let's read the passage again one more time and then we'll answer those questions. These large cats are Siberian tigers. They live in the jungles and mountains in Russia, China, and Korea. They are orange or brown with black stripes. They eat fish and birds and sometimes bears. They sleep during the day and eat at night. There are about 500 Siberian tigers in the jungles. That's good. Now, question number 1 says, where do Siberian tigers live? Let's find out. It said that they live in jungles and mountains in Russia, China, and Korea. So the question is, where do Siberian tigers live? So this is our answer. They live in the jungles and mountains in Russia, China, and Korea. So that is where they live, okay? All right. Next question is, what do they eat? What do they eat? So we say that they eat fish and birds and sometimes bears. What do they eat? What do they eat? They eat fish and birds and sometimes bears. So this is what they eat. This is their food. What do they eat? Okay. And question number 3 says, when do they eat? When? Now it's asking about time. What time do they eat? When do they eat? Okay. All right. So we have here that according to the passage, they sleep during the day and eat at night. So when do they eat? They eat at night. They eat at night. That is when they eat, okay? That's good. Everybody repeat after me. They eat at night. One more time. They eat at night. That's great. Now let's look at question number 4. Says, what color are they? What color are they? Okay. So here it says that they are orange or brown with black stripes. So that is their color. Repeat after me, everybody. They are orange or brown with black stripes. They are orange or brown with black stripes. All right, so that's their color, isn't it? Okay, so let's check our answers again. Where do they live? They live in jungles, mountains in Russia, China, and Korea. What do they eat? They eat fish, birds, and birds. When do they sleep? When do they eat? They eat at night. What's their color? They are orange or brown with black stripes. Okay, so that's the answer to those questions. Now let's move to our next slide. In this slide, you have an activity. You have an activity, is your activity. What are you going to do here? Now you get your book and a pencil, draw and write about an animal that you like. So you can draw a lion and write about the lion. You can draw an elephant and then you write about the elephant. You can draw a giraffe. You write something about the giraffe. You can draw a bear or a crocodile, a monkey, any animal of your choice, and then you try to write something about them. I will show you an example to follow. For instance, here we have a bear. For instance, you say this is a bear. It lives in the mountains. It eats honey and fish. It sleeps during the day. So this is a short one about a bear. So if you choose to write a crocodile, you can write this is a crocodile. Also state where it lives, and what it eats when it sleeps. Okay, so that is it. A nice one, isn't it? So draw in your book and take a picture and send in the line group. Draw an animal of your choice and then write something about it. You can make it color, make it beautiful and attractive. Is that clear? Is that clear? All right. So that is it. Now, think about your favorite animal, make notes about it, then ask the questions. So here, let's see, we have an animal here. What's your favorite animal? When does it sleep? What does it eat? Where does it live? What does it look like? Does it eat fish? Can it swim? So think about your favorite animal and ask question about it in a piece of paper below the animal that you would draw. So use your favorite animal. For instance, what's your favorite animal? My favorite animal is a monkey. When does it sleep? It sleeps in the daytime. What does it eat? It eats bananas. Does it eat honey? No, it doesn't. Where does it live? It lives in the forest. What does it look like? Can it swim or can it fly? Yes, it can. So that is how this slide is going to look like. Okay. All right. And then here we are going to read and then answer the questions about a panda, a giant panda. I'm going to read about panda. So you have the giant pandas. Listen and repeat after me. The giant pandas are bears. They live in the mountains in China. There are about 1,000 giant pandas in China. They are black and white. Their heads, back, and stomach are white. Their ears, legs, and eyes are black. Their favorite food is bamboo. Pandas are good climbers. They can swim too. Okay, so let's read again one more time about pandas. The giant pandas are bears. They live in the mountains in China. There are about 1,000 giant pandas in China. They are black and white. Their heads, their head, back, and stomach are white. Their ears, legs, and eyes are black. Their favorite food is bamboo. Pandas are good climbers. They can swim too. All right. So now let's answer the questions. Where do giant pandas live? Where do giant pandas live? According to this paragraph, they live in the mountains in China. Repeat after me. They live in the mountains in China. Okay, number 2 says, what do giant pandas eat? Again, repeat after me. What do giant pandas eat? Okay, what do they eat? All right, so what do giant pandas eat? They eat bamboo because it says their favorite food is bamboo. So what do giant pandas eat? They eat bamboo. All right. Number 3, what color are giant pandas? Read and repeat after me. What color are giant pandas? Okay. They are black and white. They are black and white. Repeat after me. They are black and white. That's good. Number 4 says, how many giant pandas are there in China? Again, how many giant pandas are there in China? Okay, so according to the paragraph, there are about 1,000 giant pandas in China. Everybody, there are about 1,000 giant pandas in China. One more time. There are about 1,000 giant pandas in China. That's good. Now we move to our next question, number 5. That says, can giant pandas swim? Can giant pandas swim? Okay, let's look at the paragraph. What did it say? It says, they can swim too. So the question, can giant pandas swim? Yes, they can. Can giant pandas swim? Yes, they can. Repeat after me, everybody. Yes, they can. One more time. Yes, they can. All right, that's good. Make sure you listen to this content as many times as possible until you are able to understand and have a good grip of the content. So let's get our answers. Where do giant pandas live? In the mountains in China. Correct. What do giant pandas eat? Bamboo. What color are giant pandas? Black and white. How many giant pandas are there in China? 1,000 giant pandas. Can giant pandas swim? Yes, they can. All right, so that is it. And here we are going to read about Catherine. Catherine talking, writing to the friend Sarah about zebra. So we have, hello Catherine, how are you? Look at my picture from the zoo. I went there with Mom. There are lots of animals in the zoo. Bears, bats, snakes, elephants. But my favorite animal is zebra. A zebra is white with black stripes. It has got long legs, big ears, and a long tail. It eats grass and sleeps at night. I like animals. I like the zoo. Tell me about your favorite animal. Well, goodbye for now, Sarah. Okay, so let's see the feedback. In this scenario, you are expected to write your own letter following the example of Catherine. So now you are Sarah. You are going to write about an animal of your choice to Sarah. Okay. All right. So now you can write something like this. Hello, Emma. I'm fine. My favorite place is Kaoya National Park. Lots of animals live in the forest. You can see tigers, elephants, lions, snakes, and birds. At night, you can see deer and red bulls. They wake up at night. Birds fly everywhere. There are a lot of flowers and butterflies. There are a lot of tourists too. I love Kaoya National Park, Catherine. Okay, so that is the exercise you can do. Make sure that you try to write something to your friend and letting them know what you like and where you go to see some animals of your choice or some animals that you love. Isn't it? Okay, that's good. And with that, we come to the end of this lesson or of this broadcast. It has been my pleasure reaching you guys via this media. Hope you have fun. Take care of yourself. Until then, see you again in our next lesson. And goodbye. You guys stay safe and bye.